My journey of starting a social business started way back in 2010 when I came back to my village to do my PhD research on post-conflict recovery process. And that's when the idea of using business as a solution to our social problems came. Then I looked at who would then be the right people to work with. And that's when I chose working with women.
Her mission is providing for better healthcare, providing for education, and creating a better livelihood. And the means for her to do it is cultivating rice, growing crops, and helping other women doing the same. And so she is achieving a great social cause by growing her business.
The basis of social problem that we're really looking at is health, women's health, girl-child education, and family livelihood. Almost 90% of the women in my community deliver from home and in the bushes because they cannot afford money for transport to the health facility. Secondly, the girls, they produce so many children that they can't afford to send to school. And the girls are always the marginalized. Everybody always asks why mama rice and why rice. Now rice is a very valuable crop in my community. 5 years ago we would eat rice only during Christmas because it's very expensive. And also to me, it was also good to kind of demystify, the concept of using food again as a power relations issue where particular food is for some people and the other one is, for the caskets. And so for me, it really worked well given my background of equality and really my passion. So that's how we chose rice. And I think YSB has been kind of God-given partner who came in to understand the kind of business that I run. And so they came on board to really support me where I needed the support most.
How has the approach been working so far?
I think it's been well. Thanks to investors like you who have chosen to invest in social business as this. I must say that you're doing the right thing. You're really doing the right thing because your investment is not like any other investments out there. One of the principles of our business is that when we support you to grow your rice, you agree to do 3 things for us. 1, you agree that the profits you're going to get, you'll use it to send your children to school. 2, when you're pregnant, you must produce in the facility because we have lost lives. So one thing that your investment is doing is stopping that death that occurs every day in that community. The other thing that your investment is doing is to improve, the livelihood of that household. We've seen maternal death reduce from almost, I think, 70% to about 30%, and we are aiming at 0.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
Women, the access to healthcare services has improved from about 20% to now about 65-70%. I now have children in universities for the last 3 years, and they call them, my rice children, because I'm mama rice. So anything around the community is really about rice. I think in the last 6 months, it's been doing great. We've given out, I think, over 500 tons of seeds. We've opened about now close to, I think, about 5,000 acres of land under rice cultivation. I think social business is about really mindset changing, to let them believe that we can actually use business as a solution to poverty and to address all the social problems. I had a big backlash with the men, with the traditional leaders and the local leaders. So when you come to my village and we organize a farmers meeting, you're going to have men come with their women, carry them in their bicycles for the meetings. But when we come to the meetings, because the purpose of all this bringing women is to give the women space to speak and for ones to make decisions, because all these rights have been taken away. Last year during the political campaigns, majority of our members joined positions of leadership in the local government.
Wow.
And they all came back and said I did not know that I could also talk. Yeah. I didn't know that people could listen to me. Yeah. So my next the longer term plan is invest in an irrigation system, but also invest some bit of capex, capital kind of intensive investment, increase more tractors, introduce combine harvesters and the planters. The process of empowering these farmers to really get good yield and high yield from their farms is still something that I've got to really concentrate on much. I was listed among 100 women in the world who are making change, change makers and innovators. And then I thought, okay, so I think Mama Rice is making some sense. I know that behind all this social business, social impact investment, behind them, they're really great partners out there. I want to say to them, all of them, that thank you, and thank you very much for putting your money where it changes lives.
Whatever grows and is of interest in itself, and if it then also satisfies a mission beyond just generating profits and just growing, I mean, that's really part of making the world a better place.
We may not change the whole world, but step by, one step would always make 1,000 steps.
And if you listen to Muhammad Yunus, you recognize very early that he believes in every human being. And that's what I love so much about him. His mission, his vision is one about empowering people. And I think that's the best you can do. Believe in people and actually help them to succeed on their own. Agnes, yeah. That's really, really amazing.
Thank you.
And I'm extremely looking forward to actually coming and visiting you.
You.